I want you to imagine, and you can close your eyes or picture this in your head. Imagine two guys with ambitions. They both want to become successful, retire their family, make sure that they live a life full of purpose. But then one of their old friends from like high school hits them up, and he's like, "Yo, we're throwing a crazy party tomorrow. You want to come? There's girls and drugs. We've been playing drinking games, and every single bad habit that you can think of in the book." And he just goes on and on about this for like an hour. So guy one actually ends up, unfortunately, completely abandoning his journey of discipline and chooses to go to the party. And for the next couple of weeks, he is down. And the guy who actually said no to the party sees guy one and gives him the exact steps to help him out of this rut. This is exactly how you can get back up from your rut, get back up from your downfall. And the first step to doing that, which is really important, and you have to remember this, is to remember what caused your downfall. And so I want you to remember it by trying to think of the first thing that distracted you from your discipline journey. So I'll give you an example. For me, a couple months ago, my old friend, and it's literally the same as the story I gave you in the beginning, my old friend called me, and he had moved to a different state, and he called me and said, "Hey, you want to hop on?" We used to play video games a lot more often because he used to be in the same state as me. But ever since he moved, we weren't that close anymore. But he called me, and I gave in, and I played the video games. And in the back of my head, I was like, okay, this will be the one time I play. I guess it's my leisure day. And I was like, well, maybe 1 hour of video games a day isn't that bad. And I fell for it. And I ended up playing every single day for the whole summer and even into school. And I realized, what am I doing? My business isn't doing as well as it was a couple months ago. My videos aren't doing as well. I haven't even recorded my courses for my website creator. There's so many things going on, and I realized if I had just said no to playing video games, I would have just gotten back on track, and I wouldn't have to fall all the way back to zero. And so just think about that one belief that popped into your mind, whether it was about video games or about not focusing on your journalism or writing or your business. Whatever that belief was, it caused you to go downhill, and it was a weak thought. So make sure to rid that of your mind. Now, step number 2, and now that you know you caused this, is what actually leads me into step 2. Once you know, you need to start a mental battle against it. You need to completely wage war against it because of how much damage it caused to your brain, to your business, to whatever you may be working on. It caused immense damage, and you know that. Once you know what's happening, you can't just let it be in your mind, and you can't just let it take control over what you think is the right thing. You need to actually get angry about that thought and realize how much of a bullcrap idea it really was. This is also, if that thought ever pops up in your mind again, you will naturally revolt against it and flee from that thought. Trust me, this works the most, and it's to probably just do step number 3. And this is the most important part of this entire video. So make sure you either save this video, you write this down, you tell your friends, you text it to yourself, and it's to just do what worked last time. It sounds logical, but many people, once they fall, they try to get back up and do something new. They think, oh, well, last time I failed and I was doing this thing and that thing and it didn't work and I was so complacent and I want to do something new. I want to do this and that and this and that. You need to calm down. The reason you fell wasn't because of what you were doing. What you were doing was completely right. It was completely correct. Every single hour of your day that caused you to grow more disciplined and disciplined was good. But the thing that stopped you was that one thought. Think about it like this. You had a form of discipline that was working, so why be confused trying to find a new one? I want you to think about each thing you were doing at every single hour of your day that grew you to be more disciplined, and copy that just once again. After 50 days, on day 51, I promise you, like this, it'll become easy and it'll be actually more fun than all the other bad habits that you did. The first 50 days, the first 100 days, however long it may take you, after those days, it will be like a piece of cake. And honestly, those first 50 days, They will be troubling. They will be hard. That is what discipline grows to. And then it'll just become a habit to you. It'll become easy. It'll become simple to you. So when you are working on something and you get tempted and you fall, it doesn't mean that what you were working on made you fall. It means that you distracted yourself. You let yourself fall. And that thing, for me, the thing that I did that helped me grow the most disciplined that I possibly could be was journaling. Now, journaling for a lot of people, it seems weird because they didn't find it as their own thing that they could work on. But for me, it was the most helpful thing by far. And lately, I have not been journaling until a couple weeks ago when I realized that what I was doing was completely off track. I fell into this rabbit hole of, oh no, it's okay, just 1 hour a day. When literally 2 months before that, I thought, no way. Balance, as the world calls it, isn't even balance. It's just distracting yourself from what you should actually work on. So the most important thing I was missing was my old mindset and the fact that I let my old mindset get away from me. And that's what journaling did for me. Journaling helped me to understand what I was thinking about and write it down and remember. I used to write down things that I was grateful for so I could actually live every day a little bit more happy and a little bit better, thinking about something more positive. And I know for a fact that when you were on your track to becoming the most disciplined man, the most disciplined woman you could be, you had that one thing. Whether it be journaling, whether it be meditating, it doesn't matter what you were doing. That one thing could help you get back on track. For me, it was journaling. For you, it could be anything. And there's probably that one thing that you're doing right now that halted your progress. The one thing that you did that stopped you. Video games, in my case. And you need to just abandon that completely. Abandon that lifestyle, abandon that action, abandon what you were doing that slowed your progress, and just go back to your original disciplined routine. It is literally the only thing you can do. To summarize it into your simple terms, all you need to do is to remember what caused this. And now that you know what caused it, start a mental battle against it. Fight it until the very end, because it will come back. And to just do what worked last time. Because it was working last time, why wouldn't it work this time? Every single hour of your day matters. If I wasted 1 hour of my day playing video games rather than that 1 hour focused on business, I lost 365 hours in a year. 1 hour a day. That's literally how simple and how much it can add up. 1 hour a day is 365 hours a year wasted on what it could be using to do something better, like your business or your work. Remember that discipline becomes habit if you do it enough times. But habit is no longer discipline. So you need to grow yourself and you need to make sure you stop those thoughts, because it will come back and it will try to attack you and bite you because you left it behind. But that thought cannot get you the second time, which is why you need to set reminders. You literally need to go on your phone, the notes app, or an alarm that literally says, hey, don't fall for that trap again. Hey, don't fall for that trap that other person sent. Hey, don't fall for that call from that old friend from a couple years ago. You don't even know him anymore. You're focused on business. You're in your mom's room focusing on YouTube videos and making a website. Whatever you're doing right now matters, and you know it does because you have ambition behind your goals. My whole point of this video is to warn you and to tell you that just because you've fallen doesn't mean you can't get back up. A lot of people quit after they fall. And a lot of people quit even before that. And that is what's scary. You could be one of those 80% of people. You could be one of them. But you could also be the 20% who actually chooses to continue going. And you could also be the 10% or the 1% that actually succeeds. That actually put in enough work in the right places, in the right times, and didn't waste an hour playing video games or doing drugs or smoking or going out to parties. It could be for 30 minutes, but it could be for way longer in just 3 months. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell because we're on the road to 200 subscribers. I love doing YouTube videos, and I love you guys even more. Thank you so much. Goodbye.